Hi, my name is Jean. I'm 20 years old and I'm officially halfway through college. I graduated high school in the year 2022. It felt unreal, and to be honest, I was so nervous to go to college. I'm not usually the type to put myself out there, so I was a bit on the edge about making new friends. I wasn't confident at all in making my way around the big campus either. If you can't tell, I love to stay comfortable in familiar places. Since then, and I'd like to say quite a lot has happened.
Hi Jean, how are you? Halfway through college already, and here I am touring. Leaving was harder than I ever imagined. It felt like my perfect idea of college was shattered the moment I stepped off the plane. I was constantly comparing myself to everyone back home, everyone back in the States, wondering if I made the right choice. There were so many moments of loneliness and doubt, times when I felt like I was missing out on all the things I had planned for myself. It was tough seeing everyone else's experiences and feeling like mine didn't measure up. But slowly things started to make sense. I began to find my rhythm here, discovering new passions and learning more about myself than I ever thought was possible. It wasn't the path I imagined, but it turned into something special on its own. Through it all, friendship has been my anchor. Even from miles away, the support and shared memories have kept me grounded. New friends and colleagues made me realize maybe I will be okay. This journey with the twists and turns is shaping up to be more meaningful than I ever expected.
I went into my first year as a fine arts major, intending on concentrating in graphic design. I definitely wanted to do something creative, but I didn't know what exactly, so I chose to do that. I quickly realized after my first year that, well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I actually had no significant passion for graphic design at all. I can't initially recall how I found out about the film studies department, but when I did, I knew right away that I wanted to switch to that. At this point, I was doing videography on campus and it was amazing. I was enjoying it so much, especially because I could further my passion with photography and, mainly videography. If you couldn't tell, I'm not one to really change, so this was kind of scary for me. As of now, I'm a film studies and communications double major. Who would have thought? If anyone who's going into college is watching this, I want to say that it's okay to make changes. It's okay to not follow a certain plan that you had made for yourself. Those changes might even bring better things. I've learned so much from my professors who are obviously a lot more experienced and educated than I am. I've also met a lot of new people, which is nerve-wracking but fun.
Hey Jean, it's me. How are you? I just wanted to talk about our friendship and highlight how you're an important part of my life. Really every day. I mean, from your aesthetic TikToks, your Insta posts. I'm very lucky that I get to see, what you're up to every day, just a little bits of pieces, But I'm always so impressed with how you present yourself to other people and how put together you are all the time. It's seriously inspiring to me. I mean, you're part of the reason I started dressing up for school more anyways. I'm really glad that I have a friend like you to go to Miss Saigon and get boba runs with and go to Nicki concerts with. Thanks for having me as a part of your college experience, and we're already halfway there, so here's to many more years of friendship to come. I would say one of the most important things that being in college and just living through life has taught me is that it's okay to just be alone sometimes, and like learning to be comfortable with being alone. You know, it's like, I feel like when, you know, you're on campus and you have all your friends around, it's like you're doing everything with everybody, but no one talks about, you know, when you're abroad or after college, you know, you won't have those people with you. So it's important to kind of figure out how to be comfortable being by yourself and entertaining yourself with yourself.
I definitely encourage myself to step out of my comfort zone and put myself out there in the open. I didn't have to worry though, because it all worked out in the end. I try to remind myself of that. It all works out in the end. I ended up making great connections, meeting new people, and most importantly, I made some of the most amazing friends. To be honest, I'm not quite sure how my college life would look like if I didn't push myself to be a bit more extroverted. My college friends have become my study buddies. We unfortunately pull all-nighters together sometimes. We talk to each other after simply a long school day. We also fuel each other's good eats and boba addictions, which I hate to admit it, but I think in the long run it might not be a good thing. When I'm back home, I hang out with the friends who are obviously in the same area, but I do miss the ones that I don't get to see as often, especially after seeing them almost every day on campus. I think it's really interesting because at this point, the people that you hang out with, the environment, even your dorm that you sleep in every night makes college feel like almost a second home. The older I get, it just hits me that my friends and I might be going into different paths. We might end up hours away from each other, and that's also a weird feeling to have. When I catch myself worrying about the future or just thinking about the future too much, I try to remember that I should focus on today. Let me tell you, even though I remind myself as frequently as I can, this is such a hard mindset to keep, in my opinion. But if you really think about it, tomorrow is not promised, as cliche as that sounds, and every day is truly a blessing. Hopefully going into the new school year, I can implement a more positive mindset.
Hey Jean Bean, let's just say that even though we've been friends for so long, I think since you forgot a goodie bag for your birthday party in Casey, and I was the unfortunate child that was left with that one, and your mom felt so bad and you felt so bad, and then we kind of have been inseparable since. I never really understood how much a friendship like that is worth until I got to college. Christmas break rolls around and you're so excited and you go home and it's comforting, but it's different. You've changed. And it's kind of weird to return to a place where everything feels different, but everything is the same except for you. And that's why it feels different. So then you kind of go back to college after Christmas break, and that also doesn't quite feel like home. It's still new. That's sort of the circumstance that made me realize that the friends you've had since the very beginning sort of become your home.
I'm definitely not the same person that I was when first coming into college. I think I've done a lot of growing, but I've definitely got a lot more growing left to do. But let me stop talking and do what I always dread, which is packing, specifically for first semester of junior year. Bye!